everyone to the regular scheduled meeting of the President and Village Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will County, held on Tuesday, April 7, 2026, beginning at 6:28 p.m. Everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to add, Mr. Mayor, to please watch over our men and women that are at war right now and protect them and bring them all home safely. Amen. Amen.
Pat, you want to talk about the recovery mission, or
A later mission.
later he can tell you? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Brennan?
Present.
Trustee Mahoney?
Present.
Trustee Mueller?
Here.
Trustee Shaw?
Present.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes, here.
President Call.
Present, thank you. I heard everyone but Trustee Brady. Item 1, consider, thank you, Mike. Consider approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 1, Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, Trustee Mueller, for too loud and clear. Item number 2, is there a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the regular village board meeting held on March 3rd, 2026?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 2, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
And motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 3. May I have a motion to consider approval of the following consent agenda items?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Thank you. Consent agenda items have been publicly posted and available for review according to the Illinois Open Meeting Act. Would anyone from the board like any of these items removed? Let the record reflect there are none. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 3, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Now we have item 4, receive presentation of Tinley Park Business Spotlight, Nick's Embroidery, and Walk Your Plans by President Glotz and Clerk O'Connor. I will go first with item number 1. Nick's Embroidery is a custom apparel and promotional product shop located at 18520 81st Avenue. Specializes in embroidery, screen, and heat press services. And I could say from experience, there's nobody better than Nick. If anyone's looking for an embroiderer, you should go see Nick at this address, or he also has one in Mokina on LaGrange Road. There's the time he puts into making sure everything is right is second to none. Consider him a friend and one of the nicest people you ever meet. We're going to play a video, and then, Your Honor, if you would, after you watch your video, if you could want to say a couple words, that'd be great.
Your brand deserves more than ordinary. At Nick's Embroidery, every stitch, every print, and every product is made to represent your business with impact. From custom apparel to promotional products, we put your logo in customers' hands. Whether it's for your team, your event, or your company, no job is too big or too small. With exceptional craftsmanship, fast, reliable service, and locations serving the Chicagoland area, Nick's Embroidery is your one-stop shop for bringing your brand to life.
Say a couple words, Nick.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen. I guess you said it all. The only thing we added lately is we are doing custom digital signs, indoor and outdoor. That has been happening the last 2-3 weeks. So if any needs for anybody needing indoor, outdoor signs, digital, custom, and users-friendly, obviously, call us. Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But the video doesn't show, one sec. But the video doesn't show, because you can't have it all in there. Literally, he's like a maestro in there, going from machine to machine, starting, is on his computer, he designs, he puts it on his thumb drive, runs and starts another one, and all the machines are just going all simultaneously, and it's the only place you can go, and you feel like you're in Greece when you go visit him. See a nice picture of him there, and every time you walk in, you always get a hug and a kiss on the cheek. He's the best. Mr. Brady?
Video was very nice, but here's living proof of what he does, okay? Perfect. Just everything the mayor said about it, I'm showing you how it happens. Thank you.
I didn't wear mine today. Oh, she got hers.
But so what the clerk and I am wearing, these are all done by Nick's Embroidery. But you didn't get a kiss when you went in,
No, I did not.
so you have to,
You'll have to two next time.
thank you, Nick.
I gotta buy more shirts.
You're more than welcome to leave if you want to get back to your shop and start printing.
Walk Your Plans, located at 8150 185th Street, Suite L, is an immersive design studio that uses high-resolution projection technology to display floor plans on a one-to-one scale. The life-size experience allows you to physically walk through your home, office, or commercial layout before construction begins to validate dimensions and flow. And now the video.
Your brand deserves. Before you build, walk it. With Walk Your Plans, architects, builders, and homeowners can step inside their project at full scale before construction even begins. Experience your floor plan life-sized, explore alternatives, anticipate challenges, and make smarter decisions with confidence. It's an immersive way to create better spaces, avoid costly surprises, and bring your vision to life with clarity. Don't just imagine your future space. Walk through it, feel the difference, and build with certainty. Walk Your Plans in Tinley Park. Try life-sized floor plans before you build.
Do you guys want to?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tracy Flood, and I'm Randy Flood. We're the owners of the new Walk Your Plans studio here in Tinley Park. We grew up in Orland, Tinley, so we're very excited to have the opportunity to open our studio here in Tinley Park. We do project all plans at life scale, or one-to-one scale, which is in regular size. Cabinets, countertops can be dropped in at near real time. We service the commercial and residential building industry. Designers, architects, build teams can come into our space in our studio and work as collaborative teams. We've been told many times that a few hours in our studio saves months of Zoom calls and emails. But it's a more efficient way to build, catching things at night need to be changed later that costs lots of money. So we are designed to save everyone time and money, whether it's a commercial project or a residential project. We also use it as a presentation space. We have a large 600 square foot projection wall. So designers or people wanting to do presentations, we can accommodate those in our studio too. If anyone has any questions, please let us know.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
It's
Beautiful.
awesome.
Welcome.
So if you guys can go back and hit your mobile AV, we have another video that we didn't put on the agenda for a very special man in our life. This is very important to him. We all love him. And if you could play this video, that would be great.
Hello. Whether you've been boating your entire life or you're just getting started, join me for a boating safety class on Saturday, April 25th and Sunday, April 26th at the Bentonhausen Rec Center right here in Tinley Park. I'll be your instructor for the course, which is open to anyone age 10 and older. We'll be covering basic boating safety, including all the new laws, regulations you need to know before taking it out onto the water. Best of all, you ready? It's free. You hear from our officer from the Illinois Department of Natural Resources and learn how to responsibly operate your boat, including proper life jacket use, how to use flares, and other emergency procedures. Participants will receive a boating safety certificate valid in 50 states after completing and passing the course, which is a requirement for boaters born after January 1st, 1998. If you're interested, just sign up at the Bentonhausen Rec Center by Friday, April 17th. Space is limited to 50 people, so act quickly. I'll see you there.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's very kind. It was quite a surprise. But all of that is because of Donna. Okay, she's the one I questioned, and she says, here's what we could do, Bill, and that's the finished product of it. So thank you, Donna, for getting me on that road.
It's a great thing you do, Bill.
You know, well, thank you. Thank
You
you.
want to talk about it?
It's a great course. It is 2 days. We have, as a matter of fact, one of our trustees, Dennis Mahoney, and his boys will be there learning about the safety of boating. This is my 40th year teaching that class, okay? And I've gone through all the classes between the state and the Coast Guard and even Homeland Security to get my degree, not degree, but my title as master instructor. So we invite anybody, if you've been boating, doesn't make any difference. The laws have changed, okay? You used to have red and black buoys in the water. Now they're red and green. They changed that in '72. So there's a lot of things there. There's a lot of accidents. If you remember how many accidents and people drowned in Lake Michigan last year. So we're trying to avoid that. There's other classes you can go to for the United States Power Squadron, which I'm a member of, and teach for them. Get a chance and get out there and make sure you learn the ins and the outs of boating. Don't be a statistic. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
One other thing, can you tell everyone of the 40 years you've been doing this, all the money you make doing this, for all the time you spend?
If you close your eyes, you'll see nothing. So I am a volunteer with all of the hunting safety that I do and the boating safety. And I'm also a vessel safety inspector. So I'll go on your boat and check the things that you should have for safety, life jackets, flares, fire extinguishers, et cetera. And there's no charge for that either, but it prevents you from getting a ticket and getting fined from the Coast Guard. We will take care of everything before they come out and check you, and you get a sticker that goes on your boat that will tell people that your boat has been inspected. As a matter of fact, John Urbanski can verify that. He's what, 8, 10 years I've been inspecting your boat? Okay, those of you that can't hear him, he was shaking his head. So, yeah, he's still mad about that, but actually,
I just missed the part where we had a Hollywood budget and a Hollywood makeup artist there. For that video, Bill.
yes.
It
So,
was expensive, but Donna did a masterful job.
yes, she did. Yes,
Yeah,
she did. And her staff. She's not here right now. But thank you for that. Excellent, Mr. Mayor,
Took
and
it out of
Donna,
the,
thank you.
your manhole bucket.
Hopefully, we'll get people in there to learn about boating.
Well, thank you, Bill, seriously, from the bottom of our heart. Thank you for everything you do for our community.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Very kind. Always surprising me.
You have to keep you on your toes.
You're everybody's favorite.
Item number 5, receive presentation in 2026.
Whoa, there he is again.
Hello, Bill, hello. Later he can tell you. Receive presentation in 2026 Irish Parade video. On March 8th, the Village of Tinley Park presented its Irish Parade. More than 30,000 people flocked downtown Tinley to watch more than 80 floats, performance groups, bagpipers, and much more down Oak Park Avenue. You want to play our Irish Parade?
And the weather was great that day. We're very lucky. We're very lucky in all of our outdoor activities. Donna somehow makes it.
And again, as usual, thank you, Public Works and our marketing department, and all our first responders and our staff, for all the work they did putting this together. It was truly one of the best parades that I've been in, and it was a very large crowd. How many people did we have?
Over 30,000.
Over 30,000.
30,742.
Thank you.
Yeah, that.
So, no, thank you, guys. We really appreciate what you did for that. I enjoyed handing out candy with Pat. Item 6, Trustee Mueller.
This time I'll make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2026-R-029, designating April 12th through April 18th, 2026 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in the Village of Tinley Park.
I will second that.
Go ahead.
I'll read the resolution at this time. So Resolution 2025-R-029, recognizing April 12th through the 18th of 2026 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in the Village of Tinley Park. Whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical services. Whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas the safety of our police officers and firefighters is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who telephone the Village of Tinley Park Emergency Communications Center. And whereas the public safety telecommunicators are the first and most critical contact our citizens have when emergency services. And whereas public safety communicators are the single vital link to our police officers and firefighters by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them with information ensuring their safety. And whereas the public safety telecommunicators of the Village of Tinley Park have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients. And whereas each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during performance of their job in the past year. Now, therefore, be it resolved that by the President, Clerk, Board of Trustees, and the Village of Tinley Park in Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, declare the week of April, it's different on the bottom, April 12th through the 18th of 2026 to be National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, the Village of Tinley Park, in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our city and citizens safe. Adopted this 7th day of April, 2026, signed by President Michael W. Glotz, Village Clerk Nancy O'Connor, and Trustees Bill Brady, Dennis Mahoney, Ken Shaw, William Brennan, myself, Michael Mueller, and Colleen Sullivan.
Thank you, Mike. Do you want to give that to Lisa?
I can.
Why don't you guys take your photo with it? Yeah, it's your week, your public safety month.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for commenting. I can remind it back to you again. Yeah. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 6, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 7. I'd like to ask board for a motion to consider appointing Anthony Dominani to the position of diesel mechanic.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Anthony has over 10 years of experience working on a variety of diesel and gasoline engines, diagnosing and repairing heavy-duty drivetrains, air brakes, hydraulics, and electrical systems, and performing preventative maintenance. Again, please consider appointing Anthony to the position of diesel mechanic effective April 8, 2026. Any comments? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 7, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have item 8, consider appointing James Jarolimic to the position of property and evidence custodian. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. James has over 32 years of law enforcement experience, including 11 years serving as evidence custodian at a local municipal police department. Over the tenure of his career, James has served in both law enforcement operational and leadership roles and understands the importance of what evidence means to a case. Consider appointing James to the position of property and evidence custodian effective, again tomorrow, April 8, 2026. Are there any questions or comments from the board? No. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 8, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Item 9, trustee Ken Shaw.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting ordinance 2026-0-013, approving collateralized deposit agreement with Heartland Bank and Trust Company.
I'll second that motion.
Go ahead, Ken.
Thank you. The village has certificates of deposit at CMB Bank, which has been merged into Heartland Bank and Trust, HBTC. HBTC provided an updated collateral agreement, and the ordinance authorized the village to sign it. This item was discussed at the committee of the whole prior to this meeting, and the ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Item 9, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 9, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Item number 10, trustee Dennis Mahoney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move we consider adopting Resolution 2026-R-037 in support of Municipal Housing Authority.
I will second that.
Go ahead, Dennis.
Thank you. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held prior to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments?
I'm just going to repeat what I said at the committee of the whole, that, thank you, Pat, for bringing this forward. And the Village of Tinley Park is not the only municipality in the state that is voicing this, and the state of Illinois has already gone way too far in doing away with or doing harm to local municipalities' home rule authority. And so I'm glad we're coming out in opposition to some of the moves that the state is making. They can't control state government. They should stay out of local government.
Thank you. Anyone else? No, I just echo what Ken said, especially the ones that we're stuck with. A good portion of the local ones, just, they're clueless. Everything is self-serving. You're gonna take away zoning, you're gonna take away parking requirements. Absolutely ridiculous, but they gave themselves a pay raise though. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 10, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 11, trustee Dennis Mahoney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move we consider adopting ordinance 2026-0-019, approving an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Tinley Park, Illinois, and Kirby School District 140, Cook County, Illinois, regarding the use of certain village-owned property, the grant and acceptance of easements for access, stormwater, and related improvements, and related matters.
Thank you, Dennis. Is there a second?
I will second that.
Go ahead, Dennis.
Thank you. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole held prior to this meeting. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Dennis. Are there any comments or questions from the board? I'd just like to echo what I said at the Committee of the Whole. I I really want to thank School Board President Tom Martelli, who worked, two of us worked together on this, and especially our attorneys, Kleinthorpe and Jenkins, Jason Geisinger, Tinley Park native, also attorney for the school board, and Vlado from Delgado Law Group, worked on this over Easter break, or Easter weekend to get this done for today. I think Vlado sent the email at like 4:29 or something this morning for the board. So, anyway, thanks again, everyone, and thank you to Jason and Vlado and Tom Martelli. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 11, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brumman?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you. Item 12, trustee Mahoney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move we consider adopting ordinance 2026-0-17, amending Title 15, Chapter 155 of the Tinley Park Municipal Code, entitled Code Pertaining to the Adoption of the 2024 International Residential Code, 2024 International Property Maintenance Code, 2023 National Electrical Code.
Second it.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. This ordinance is to adopt the 2024 International Residential Code, 2024 Property Maintenance Code, and the 2023 National Electrical Code. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole on March 3rd of 2026.
Are there any questions for Dennis's electrical code? None? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 12, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brumman?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have item 13, trustee Dennis Mahoney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move we consider adopting ordinance 2026-0-014, granting Trace Vandenberg on behalf of Vandenberg Construction, LLC, a variation from section VB Schedule 2 of the Tinley Park zoning ordinance to decrease the minimum requirement secondary front yard to 16.7 feet at 9318 Pleasant Avenue.
Is there a second?
I will second that.
Thank you. Go ahead, Dennis.
Thank you. The variation from section VB Schedule 2 of the zoning ordinance reduces the required secondary front yard from 30 feet to 16.7 feet to allow for the construction of a new single-family detached residence at 9318 Pleasant Avenue. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on March 5th of 2026 and voted 5-0, recommending approval of the requested variation in accordance with the plans and findings of fact as noted in the staff report. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Dennis. Are there any questions or comments for item 13? I just, I want to comment that it's a huge reduction to go from 30 to 16.7. Just let you guys know, I asked staff to look at all four corners to see if that's kind of like the average, or is this out of the ordinary? And it's right in the average of what they're doing in those four corners. That section used to be unincorporated Tinley, and then back in the day, Mayor Zabraki, Clerk Ray, Dave Seaman, they incorporated this section, so it's a little older, so that's why there's such differences on the on the front yard and all that stuff, so everyone understands. They don't have sidewalks or sewer, everything, they have the ditches. So just, for everyone votes, so you understand why it's such a big difference.
It's
They're just
the
old.
frontage road over there, right? Or off that frontage road off?
183rd is the frontage road, yeah. It's right, it's back there, between 183rd and the church. I don't know what it's called now, but, so everyone knows. Any questions or comments?
Family
Petitioners here, if you have any.
That's
Okay, great. Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll for item number 13.
Roll call for item 13, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brumman?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Trace. Looks like a nice home. Item 14, Trustee Dennis Mahoney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move we consider adopting ordinance 2026-0-011, granting Lingfu Frank Zhang of United Gymnastics Academy LLC a special use to operate an indoor recreation use greater than 3,500 square feet in an area at 6805 159th Street in the B2 Community Shopping Zoning District.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Bill. And your friend. Go ahead, Dennis.
Okay, thank you. The request allows for a new legal entity to continue the operation of United Gymnastics Academy Gymnasium at 6805 159th Street in the B2 zoning district. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on March 5th of 2026 and voted 5-0 to recommend approval of the special use in accordance with the plans and findings of fact, listed in the staff report. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Dennis. Are there any questions or comments? What was that? Sorry.
I thought it was an objection.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 14, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you. Item 15. Hey, guess what? Dennis Mahoney.
Thanks. I move we consider adopting ordinance 2026-0-012, granting Kazarnia or Zenchowski a special use permit to operate a contractor's office and shop at 8201 183rd Street, Suite K, in the M1 PD General Manufacturing, Tinley Crossings Corporate Center PUD zoning district.
Is there a second?
I will second that.
You were close.
Yeah, I knew I wouldn't hit it
You want to try that name again, or?
Yeah, no, thanks.
All right, go ahead, Dennis.
Thank you. The request allows for the establishment of the contractor's office and shop in an existing industrial building at 8201 183rd Street, Suite K, in the M1 PD zoning district. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on March 5th of 2026 and voted 5-0 to recommend approval of the special use in accordance with the plans and finding of fact listed in the staff report. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Dennis. Are there any questions or comments from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 15, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Next, you want to skip one, Dennis, or no?
I'll keep going.
Item 16, Trustee Dennis Mahoney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move we consider adopting Resolution 2026-R-036, approving the official 2026 Tinley Park zoning map.
I will second that.
Go ahead, Dennis.
Thank you. Municipalities must adopt an official zoning map each year. The proposed zoning map reflects changes and corrections completed during the previous calendar year, reflecting map amendments through December 31st of 2025. The Plan Commission reviewed the draft official zoning map on March 5th of 2025 and voted 5-0 to recommend approval. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 16, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Item 17 happens to be Trustee Dennis Mahoney.
Thank you. I move we consider adopting ordinance 2026-0-015, granting Simon Yu Design Group LLC on behalf of Rizza Buick GMC Cadillac, Inc., a variations from section VC7F and section VC7G of the zoning ordinance to allow building facades to be below required minimum of 75% face brick and masonry requirement, and for the facades to be constructed with more than 15% of an alternate building material, and a variation of section VB Schedule 2 of the zoning ordinance to reduce the required front yard setback from 50 to 47 feet at 8425 West 159th Street.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
All right.
Good, Dennis.
Thank you. The petitioner is proposing an addition and remodeling the existing building. The variations allow for the use of aluminum composite metal panels and glass as the primary exterior building materials, as well as for the reduction in the required front yard setback from 50 feet to 47 feet due to a geometric angle that is part of the roofline design. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on March 19th of 2026 and voted 5-0 to recommend approval of the variations with the plans and findings of fact as noted in the staff report. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments?
I wonder what Mike thought of it. Do you have opinion on this?
I love the design, to be honest with you. I do. I think that brick is a kind of becoming an old-fashioned way of doing things, and this more modern look of these ACM panels is starting to bring a little bit better design to some of these facades. Personally speaking, some of these facades that are being built now actually hold up better in this climate than the days of the old face brick. So I think it's a good design. This is very common up and down 159th Street.
Right.
So they're keeping up with the tradition of what's going down Jason Watts and continuing the design motif of 159.
Okay, great, thank you.
Do you think it's something that we should consider revising the code, or wait a while, see what happens?
I would highly consider we revise that in the code. Make maybe brick a little bit less of a required material and make it possibly brick and stone and accent material. I will talk to staff about that, but we are discussing that in the next zoning ordinance.
For commercial areas like that, not
Commercial areas.
residential.
Commercial areas only, and industrial, yes.
Thank you. Dan McMillan, anything you want to add?
I just want to, Mike, you said it right. It's probably time for a change in the ordinance, but this is something dictated by the manufacturer, and it's up and down. In fact, Mike, when you were in a previous life in Orland Park, we did the same thing with the Porsche store, and it was voted unanimous. So it's almost as if the ordinances are behind what's happening in design and building these days. So I would strongly consider changing the ordinance for future. And Mr. Shaw, you made our building better in Tinley Park, so you normally can really make a difference in those type of things. And I don't say that in jest. You really did make our building better. You pushed us. At first, I was resenting you with too many, asking us to do this and that, and then it turned out better, so it actually did work. And so I think this is something you guys are doing a very good job on it, and we appreciate the vote from the Planning Commission, unanimous, and hopefully everything's okay here. But thank you for all you do. Thank you.
I just wanted you to get up and talk because you always remind me of Casey Kasem.
Well, I just, today's top 10, and we'll go through from 1965, Thank you.
Oh, and your favorite team?
Of course, the Michigan Wolverines, and I hope everybody did good in their brackets. That was
Every
that's the
time
most
there's
important part.
every time there's a football game, I get a text before the game starts, capital letters and an exclamation point, "Go Blue."
Go Blue. Yeah, just. So, before we do, just want to give something to Pat. Something to talk about for tomorrow for the trailers. I'll call you on that.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Does anyone want to table this? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 17, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion passes. Thank you, everyone. You can go get some rest.
I gotta get back to work.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Item 18, trustee Dennis Mahoney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move we consider adopting ordinance 2026-0-016, granting a special use for a substantial deviation to the I-80 World Music Center planned unit development for Live Nation Worldwide, Inc., to allow for festoon lighting located at 19100 Ridgeland Avenue.
I will second that.
Thank you, go ahead.
Thank you. The special use for a substantial deviation to the PUD for festoon lighting within the existing ORI PD zoning district. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on March 19th of 2026 and voted 5-0 to recommend approval of the special use in accordance with the listed plans and drafted findings of fact in the staff report. This ordinance is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the board?
I was just gonna say, I thought it was a really interesting design. Looks like it might be kind of fun. They call it a hangout.
Looks modern. Looks modern.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 18, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have item 19. Batter up. Trustee Bill Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2026-R-033, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and McGill Construction, LLC, for the Bechstein parking lot improvements, change orders 1, 2, 3, 4, and Phase 3 construction.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bill.
Thank you, Trustee Shaw. Consider approving a contract with McGill Construction LLC in the not-to-exceed amount of $1,809,473.68. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held on March 3rd, 2026, and this resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Bill. Any questions or comments from the board? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 19, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you. Item 20, trustee Bill Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to consider adopting Resolution 2026-R-034, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and L. Warren Oil Company, Inc. for a bulk fuel purchase.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Trustee Sullivan. The village is about to end their one-year agreement with L. Warren Oil Company, Inc. to participate in a fixed-cost bulk fuel program for both gasoline and diesel fuel due to the method of the futures market versus board meeting scheduling. It is recommended that the village board grant the village manager to the authority to finalize a contract immediately with L. Warren Oil Company, Inc. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held prior to this meeting, and this resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Bill. Are there any questions or comments for item 20? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for item 20, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 21, receive comments from the public. Anyone from the public care to comment? Oh. Yep, gotcha. Good, so you want to step up? Just so you know, with public comment, ours is double what everyone else's is. You have 6 minutes
Oh, wow.
for your comment.
That's a lot. How you guys doing? Thank you.
Good, how are you?
My name is Dwight McTizick. I'm a resident of Tinley Park. I'm also here just representing an organization called the Cook County Southland Juvenile Justice Council. And I just wanted to come by and bring information to share with the community, make you guys aware of the services that we have, wraparound service that we have, working with the youth in lieu of incarceration and family dealing with trauma and things like that, absentees in schools. I know we don't have a lot of that going on here, but I just wanted to share my information and, see what was happening in the community. So I didn't know who I'd lead
Could you
this with.
just leave it up here?
Okay.
with them? Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
You got 5 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Well, I didn't have much. It was my first time, but I've been trying to get you guys on my calendar, and it says 6:30, and I got here kind of late, and it started at 6. But I apologize for that. But I'll come by more frequently, so
Okay.
that you guys always keep my face.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
If there's
Good to see you.
anything going on in the community, I read the newsletter, so parades and any events that you have, we'll be more than happy to participate and support it via personal or, and for the public to be there. We'll be
Okay.
more than
Thank you
happy to.
so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm a Tinley resident too. I'm Valerie Deegan, and I want to say the Tinley Irish Parade was wonderful. My comment is parking tickets that were issued on that day. What happens with that revenue that the village gets on parking ticket days? You know, there was only a sign posted on a tree that said, no parking on the fire hydrant side of the street on Sunday, on this Sunday. There was only one tree, a huge tree on that block. And all I'm asking is that maybe you could post some signs in front of a few houses next year.
What location did you get it?
Where was that at? It was right behind, I think 168th, right behind Bettenhausen? Behind the bank, yeah.
Oh, so
And the-
just, gotcha.
And there was only one tree, but it was down the middle of the block. And there weren't any other signs anywhere. And it was just a typewritten post
And then
on
they-
the tree.
And then they string it to the tree.
Yeah. So all I'm asking is if we could please post some signs. You know, if there's only one tree on the block, let's post one at the beginning of the block and the end of the block.
If you could, fourth row back, Lisa Butler,
Right here?
could you
Oh, back up.
give her your information after the
Sure.
meeting?
Oh,
And
I'm
then
sorry. Okay.
We'll give you a call, and if you have a copy of it or something,
I don't, but I just, you know,
so
I
if
was
you
just
could just
surprised.
give her the information and stuff, where you were
Yeah.
parked.
Yeah.
And then we'll look into it.
Okay, thank you
Alright,
so much.
Did you pay it yet?
I already paid it.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you could just-
we paid it right away. But I was just curious, because we weren't the only car.
No,
There were
it
quite a
was,
few.
it was, as you
Because
can
there were
hear,
so many people, I
you heard from the
understand that.
number, it was a great, it became a problem, but, you know, it was a successful event, unfortunately.
Yes, it was. It was.
The parking.
The other thing is, thank you to the security folks on that day. You know, we put fencing all along Oak Park, right? You couldn't cross over, you know what I'm saying?
Only
get
at
to-
certain spots.
Only, yeah, right. And they were very kind to let me through, to get across the street. So that was great. But I was just curious about the parking, you know,
Just-
signs,
If you could
signage.
just leave your name and address and your phone number to Lisa, that'd be great.
Okay.
We'll give you a call, either tomorrow or Thursday.
That's fine. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sorry about that. Anyone else care to make public comment? Let the record reflect there are none. Item number 22, receive comments from staff. Mr. Klotz.
I personally, on behalf of the fire department, would like to thank Lisa and her telecommunicators. They truly are the unsung heroes, and they always tell us where to go, which is a good thing. But honestly, when you talk about their position, having to manage fire, police, and EMS, all at once under some very rough conditions at times, I do thank you and your complete telecommunicator staff on behalf of the fire department.
And that's from the police department as well.
Anyone else want to join in?
And just want to add to
Mr. Carr.
Scott about the great work that the finance department did in getting this budget together. This was the first year with the new system that we had, putting everything into it. So it was a lot of work. We got it done on time, and just again, great team work with everybody involved.
Thank you. Anyone from this table? No.
I would like to thank Vlado and Jason Geisinger for putting together this Helen Keller IGA in such quick timing. It was a lot of emails and phone calls going through, but they managed to get it done. And thank you to the support of the board, you, Mayor, for helping getting this through. And I think that we're gonna meet their deadline.
Good.
We're gonna push it through the staff on the other end. And just great work from that whole attorney's team. Thank you.
Yeah, no, Jason's great to work with, and so is Vlado, so it was a perfect match. And thanks for your help on that, Mike.
Thank you.
Laura, you want to say anything? Okay. Next, we have item 23, receive comments from the board. Mr. Brady?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In my recovering from the video and your kind words, I forgot to mention that Donna led me to Jason Freeman, who videotaped me all and set it all up and did the music and everything else. I want to thank him as well. And it was a great surprise. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. We wouldn't have it any other way, Bill. Do you want to tell them about the ventriloquist? There was a hand in your back? Anyone else?
I got a couple comments here. Echoing again what Pat just said about Scott and the finance team. Great job getting that going. Scott gave a really good presentation at the committee of the whole meeting before this. So if anybody wants to go back and look at the budget, you can go ahead and do that. And I would just like to say there's a budget hearing April 21st for that, and looking to finalize and adopt the budget shortly thereafter, that same day. So I would highly recommend that. And I'd just like to highlight a few numbers that came out of the budget, because as always in the social media world, there's a lot of complaining about certain things. And as part of the requests for new personnel heading into next year, just highlighting for the police department, we've got 9 new positions, totaling about 1.1 million, and that represents 46% of all new personnel for the village. In addition to that, when it comes to capital project expenditures, we've got budgeted $357,000 for various police, and then if you add in 911 EMA, another $521,000, and then of course we've got 5.8 million for police pension. I just want to highlight that there's a lot of chit chat with the finalization of the union contract. We finally got through that, and I think we're all pretty happy about that. There's a lot of folks who are still out there with chatter, talking about how this board hates the police department. These numbers show you that that's just completely ridiculous. So if we hated the police department, we wouldn't be investing in them. So that's what I have to say about that. Thank you.
Talking about Johnny Anton?
That's not a real person.
Anyone else? Nope. I had 3 items. First thing I wanted to bring up is if anyone, I don't know who's seen it on the news or social media, I want to thank the Illinois State Police, the Cook County State's Attorney, our police, Commander Portinga, who was leading this. There was a gentleman that on March 17th sent a threatening and nasty message to me. And then by the time we reported it, within 2 days, well, 3 days, because he couldn't come in 3 days, the state police charged him with Class 2, Class 3 felony. So I'm very thankful to the state police and Commander Portinga and the Cook County State's Attorney. And then he's got a monitoring GPS monitor on him. It's such a pain. On my phone, I have to have a tracking system from the Cook County State's Attorney, and there's buffer zones, so anytime is it within 2,500 or 5,000 feet, my phone goes off. I get calls from the dispatch. I got called from Orland Park Police Department this morning and today. It's really becoming a pain, and, but I appreciate all the work they're doing, that they're following and making sure where I'm at, where he's at, because he anytime he's within 5,000 feet, which is called the buffer zone, they alert me and my wife, and because she was also in the email, mentioned her, found her email address that nobody has except, you know, the person that got charged. And then on Easter, it does it again, sends a nasty email out to a whole bunch of different people. It gets to the point where this stuff isn't even worth it anymore. And so so we had a call the other day with the Cook County State's Attorney. They said, the one individual we spoke to, with Commander Portinga, said that he violated the order, wanted us to go get him. Commander Portinga and myself both agree. We don't want any, you know, fingers pointing towards a conflict of interest. You know, they're abusing their power. So Commander Portinga is kicking it back to the state police and telling them, here's what's going on, here's what state's attorney said, you take it. We don't want to be involved in that decision making. So he just can't help himself. And the accusations in the Easter Sunday at, I don't know, 7:29 p.m. he sent the email, is really getting to get old. So again, thank you to dispatch, Orland Park Police, for calling me anytime I'm in Orland and he's near me. So thank you to all our, like I said, our police department for that help. On a different topic, I'm going to read something, then play a video. This is what separates the village of Tinley Park from, unfortunately, the same shenanigans with the Park District. We stream our meetings, they're live, they're on TV. You can watch them from home. If not, you can watch them if you're not working. And, you know, Lisa Butler and Marie Ryan, they're on commissioners. They want these streamed. Lisa O'Donovan, Ashley Rubino, and Bernie O'Boyle don't want anything on TV because people can't see it. And if you don't go to the meeting, you have no idea what happened. So I go to the meetings because they won't, and I record it. I made a short clip for the 4th of July. I'll just read my comments first, then we'll play the video. As we look ahead to the 4th of July weekend, I'm pleased to share that the annual fireworks celebration at McCarthy Park will once again be a collaborative effort between the Park District and the Village of Tinley Park. Traditionally, this event has always been a full-day celebration beginning at 4 p.m. It features live music, food, activities for the families, and most importantly, the children. Recently, there has been discussion at the March meeting within the Park District Board about limiting the event hours to approximately 6:45 p.m. to 10 p.m., which is literally nothing. We're gonna put all this set up. Our police are gonna do all the work. We're gonna set up the security. Public Works, again, our village, we don't charge anyone. We pay for all the overtime for Public Works, the police, to set up the perimeters. They set up all the signs for the no parking. EMA closes down the road for the day. So now they're going to limit it from 6:45 to 10. I want to recognize and thank Commissioner Lisa Butler and Marie Ryan for their continued advocacy in presenting the full tradition that our residents have come to expect and enjoy. Their efforts reflect a strong commitment to maintaining the quality of this important community event, and we remain hopeful that the other 3 board members will ultimately support keeping the celebration fully intact. I'm sure Lisa O'Donovan and them will blame us, but again, they're limiting the 4th of July after it's got brought back At the same time, Ashley Rubino, Bernie O'Boyle, and Lisa O'Donovan have expressed support, for that shortened event. I encourage the three of them to do what is best for our residents, not ourselves. And the reason they don't film their meetings is because then you can't dispute it, right? And so that's why I film it and play. It's their words, not mine. And also, unfortunately, they need to stop listening to their troubled and sometimes confused looking attorney Bertles, and he looks lost most of the time if you watch him at the meeting. In addition, I'm excited to announce that the village and the Park District will be partnering on a second fireworks display on July 3rd near 183rd Street by the fire training tower. This special event will help commemorate the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and provide another opportunity for any of our residents to come together and celebrate, especially for those who may not be able to attend on the 4th of July. I want to thank Sean Roby, Megan, Commissioner Lisa Butler and Marie Ryan, Pat Carr, Donna Framke, and the Marketing Department and the Village Board for supporting a one-time, as Lisa likes saying, it's O'Donovan, it's every year, a one-time 2-day fireworks celebration. These events are about our community, tradition, and bringing people together. I and the rest of us remain committed to working collaboratively to ensure our residents continue to enjoy celebrations that reflect the pride that we all share in our community of Tinley Park. At this time, I'd like to play a short video clip of comments from the board meeting. I took out all the nonsense in between, and just the part where they say how they feel about voting and supporting and working together with the village, or just for the village of Tinley Park residents on this fireworks show. I can't believe they took this whole 2-day celebration and just made it into nothing but drama. And again, our staff did a great job, and Pat Carr was at the last meeting, and him and Sean and Donna and Megan, they cut through all the nonsense. And so we're going to have a 2-day event of fireworks. Can you play that, please?
Additionally, we had a great meeting today at the 4th of July. The village was here. We had a good discussion. I expressed, they had asked if I would bring to the board the discussion regarding partnering with them on the 4th of July fireworks over here. As a reminder to the board, when the Park District and the village were talking about this, we were partnering and intending to do a second show if we could. That was as early as October. But I was asked if the board would consider the idea of following through on a 50-50 partnership with that site as well. And I expressed to them that when I left my last board meeting, I didn't leave with the feeling this board was comfortable participating in that fireworks show. So I'm kind of looking for some direction ultimately so I can pass that on to them.
So then they're asking us to partner with them, although for financial purposes, the village would be paying for that fireworks show, we would pay for our fireworks show.
Correct.
So then what exactly would we be partnering with them if they're paying for their own show, I guess is my question.
Well, they're looking at it as a 50-50 split that we originally kind of agreed to when we were first working on this. And so they, again, to be fair, that we originally met, the idea was to have a remote show, possibly a remote show. We had talked about Vote Woods. Commissioner Butler was in on those meetings. We had talked about Vote Woods. Problem with Vote Woods ultimately was that there's so many trees around it, probably not going to be very beneficial for viewing fireworks.
That's how we left.
So the question is do we want to partner with them and have the Park District's name on their show, which is still July 3rd, correct?
Correct. There's still.
I just want to state for the record, I personally don't feel like we should have our name on that fireworks show. I know this is the 50th anniversary. I know that that's a special event, that we want to celebrate that, but again, I don't, but
I think it's a nice treat for the residents to have the 2 shows. just for the 250th.
Well, I guess the question though is, yes with our name or no with our name?
Yeah, I think so. We're just sponsoring the fireworks.
I'm a no.
Oh, you're a no with her name?
Yes.
Thank you. So O'Donovan and Bernie O'Boyle openly are against working together. Lisa O'Donovan wanted the village to pay 100% for the July 3rd fireworks, pay for all the police overtime, the EMA overtime, the security, public works, and then pay 50% of the fireworks of McCarthy. But as like Sean Roby explained perfectly, no, we're 50-50 splitting it, right? We're paying half of the fireworks show, and he said in another clip, actually, it's costing us a little bit more than their fireworks show. They're doing a little, they're doing less than we are. It's 250 years. So that was their, they don't want to do, well, luckily, Ashley converted over. She's agreeing with Marie and Lisa Butler that we should do a 2-day show, but Bernie and Lisa won't budge, so luckily it stayed at 3-2, so we're gonna have 2 days of fireworks for one time. If anyone's around 500, at 500 years, they could discuss that, but for this 250th year, which I will not be here, for 500, we're gonna do 2 shows. So thank you to our staff, and thank you to Sean Roby and Megan for working that out with us. And one other thing I wanted to show. The photo. So if you, can you scroll it down a little the other way? All right, so if you read the part where it says demolitions underway, these signs have been up for almost a year and a half, paid for by the taxpayers. State-funded cleanup of all 280 acres of vacant land is in full swing. Crews are working diligently to clean up the site and demolish buildings to finally turn this eyesore into an asset for our community, not a casino. So, what's, camera guy, I forget your name. Lee, can you zoom in on that picture over there? You hear me?
He's asleep.
Zoom in on this date. Can you zoom in on the photo? I want to remind everybody.
You won't see it up there.
That won't go up there? Oh, because she's controlling it.
It's a YouTube feed.
So January 23rd, 2018. January 23rd, 2018. Only Bill Brady and I were on this board for this racino. This is the second presentation concept plan. Vandenberg got elected in April of 2017. In May, him and Hastings directed Rick Heidner to start working on the racino. And we've done a video before, and in the video we go through all the bills that Ashley Rubino's father, Bob Rita, and Mike Hastings passed these bills to put a racino in Orland Township. Not Mike Lotz, not Ken Shaw, not Dennis Mahoney, not Bill Brady, not Nancy O'Connor, not Colleen Sullivan, not Michael Mueller or Bill Brady. We had zero to do with this. They passed it, they put it in there, and then unfortunately what spoiled old Rita and Hastings and Vandenberg's plan is Bill Brennan, Mike Mueller were elected to the board, and it all started to fizzle. Hopefully, in an investigation that's occurring now that I can't discuss, it'll all come out on a meeting that Hastings, Jake Vandenberg had with the developer, and why their deal went south, because they wanted 50% ownership of the casino, and they wanted to control all the vendors inside the racino for all the food vendors. He said no. They told him he'll never get this. They told him they'll ruin his life. And I think we all know the story and how they ruined the gentleman that they brought in. And none of us did. And this project started way before I was even elected or Bill Brady. 2 conceptual plans done by January 23rd of 2018. Sick and tired of listening to Lisa O'Donovan, Rubino and her father, who put this in here, and Bernie O'Boyle keep talking this. This is at every single park. This is at every single piece of property almost that the Park District owns. It's insulting that they keep doing this. And the Park District under John Curran used to be one of the best park districts in the entire Southland. He kept all the bullshit. He kept all the politics out. It was all about the residents and the kids and how we make this park district better. And furthermore, after Bill Brennan and Mike Mueller won in 2019, I approached John Curran and I asked him, because never in the history of the state of Illinois has a park district ever got the land over a village. They don't have zoning, so how did Ashley's dad fix that? So Bob Rita goes into state legislation, never happened in the state of Illinois. They exempted the Village of Tinley Park zoning rights. That land's not even zoned for that. What does that bring in for the village residents? 0 tax dollars. It's exempt, owned by the park district. They don't pay any taxes. So as Bob Rita and Ashley Rubino are working all this, we get a visit from the CEO and the COO of CMS. I didn't. The village manager did. They quit. The general counsel 2 weeks after that walked out and he quit. So you have a CEO, a COO of CMS, and then you have the general counsel who all walked out and they sat in Pat's office, and what did they tell you, Pat? This is a conflict. Ashley and Bob came to see them, got involved in this. They took the property away from the village, who would have generated massive amounts of money for the residents in tax dollars, real estate taxes. And then what do? There's a state, it's called State Surplus Property Act. You legally have to pay whatever the average is of 3 appraisals of that property. You have to get 3 different appraisers with different appraisals, and you have to pay the average. It's the law. We were forced to pay $4.5 million, Pat. $4.5 million. And O'Donovan and Rubino and O'Boyle keep saying, we saved everyone money. You only paid $1 for it. And they hand each other $1. Well, your dad went and got $35 million. They're burning through it. You FOIA it. They don't give you any of the legal bills. They don't give you any of the communication. They passed legislation exempting another state law, Surplus Property Act. Then they passed legislation that says, we don't care that there's state law, that this is what we have to do. We'll just exempt it. So they exempted following their own laws that are put in place to do the right thing. Took the property. The place is a disaster with the first demolition company they had. That company got fined almost $40,000 by OSHA because their candidate that Bob Rita and Rubino and Hastings picked to run for mayor for the village of Tinley Park, they paid him almost $200,000 as the project manager of the park district. Now think about that. I'm sick and tired of seeing this not a casino when it was all them and all their bills that they passed point directly to him. We don't pass bills. We didn't put the Racino or the Orland Township in the bill. They did. They pay a guy to run for mayor. They pay him with your tax dollars, almost $200,000. He's at the polls all day, campaigning, and he's getting paid from the park district, from your tax dollars. I'd be more than happy to show the videos of that next. And then, as soon as the election's over, he's donezo. He quits. Doesn't show up. He walks out. They paid him to be at the polls in March. They paid him to be knocking on doors during the day. And then they paid him the whole month of April. He didn't do a darn thing. He quit right before Lisa Butler got elected to go in there. Before she came on, he's gonna spend more time with family. That's funny. You just ran for mayor for $200,000. And so now he's gone. And so then, here's the other part of it. Then they do a bid for the demolition of the next phase, which they never said it was phases. Now it's phases. They let that thing sit from March all the way through to almost January of 2026. It sat almost 9 months. In the whole summer, they didn't do one thing of construction. No remediating, no abating. Why? Same thing as before. They paid Maloney 200 grand of your money, to almost 200 grand to run for mayor, to take over control of the town, so then they could steal the village's money to fund the thing for all their friends. Then they let it sit. Why'd they let it sit? Because now they know they got another election in April of 2027. So they took the property, just let us sit at it for 9 months while all the asbestos and everything's flying around, when they have partially broken, buildings that were torn down, just sitting in rubble. So now they wait. So now they know it's gonna take a year. They go out to bid. Go ahead and FOIA and ask them. Sleepy Bert won't even answer you. He won't provide any FOIAs. The low bidder was McDonough Demolition. I don't know if anyone knows anything about demolition. You look up McDonough. They are the city of Chicago's #1 demolition company. They were the low bidder. They said they would start the demolition in November of 2025 and be done in May of 2026. Now here comes the second low bidder. They'll start in January. They'll be done in January of 27, right before the next election, so they could all stand in front of there and take photos. They disqualified McDonough, one of the largest demo contractors in the state of Illinois. The one they gave it to, Brandenburg, is the largest, but they were not the low bidder. That's why you have a low bidder process. Even if you don't like a company, as a government, you don't have a choice. If they're the low bidder and you haven't disqualified them because they didn't put stuff in their bid, or that you've had a history of them. I mean, the village has had that. We don't disqualify bidders. Public Works, John has had to award bids to people that sometimes are difficult to work with. But that's the law. Those are the laws that were put in front of us by these legislators that just exempt it. So what they do, they said McDonough, they mentioned about how they can't handle caulk on windows. Caulk on windows. They've knocked down tens of thousands of buildings in the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago. Go on their website, McDonough Demolition, and look at all the jobs they do. And ask yourself, why would McDonough, the low bidder, not get it over caulk? Anything you demo has caulk in it. And it wasn't even part of the bid spec. Brandenburg said, we're experts in caulk. It wasn't part of the scope. If it's not part of a scope, you can't use it as part of your decision-making. You legally have to go by the scope that's presented to all the bidders. And so they kicked out a guy from McDonough. He should have sued him, but he didn't because it wasn't worth it, because they immediately had Brandenburg mobilized. If you know anything about this state, you can't file an emergency TRO, which is a restraining order to stop, the temporary restraining order to stop a job when they already start. A judge isn't going to do that. You'll fight it out in court for a year. He'll spend $500,000, and then the project's already half done. They didn't take the low bidder. That wouldn't be done until January of 27, and they bypassed the low bidder. That would have been done in May of 2026. They'd be done next month. They would have all summer to continue to work on developing that property for the residents of Tinley Park. Furthermore, we had a meeting, and this is why they don't televise anything. We had a meeting at Village Hall with the village manager, myself, and Lisa Butler. Their attorney, Bert Olson, sat in that room and said, actually Lisa asked about the plans. And he said, we don't have any plans. We're just trying to knock it down. But they keep talking about their plans. And so everyone needs to pay attention, go to their meetings and ask questions and demand they televise their meetings so you can watch it from home, just like you do from ours. You look at their agenda, our agenda will be several hundred pages, and we give the memos, all the staff memos, all the financials of every vote we take. You go to a park district meeting, it's 1 page of just the agenda items, and then you have to FOIA everything, and then Bert Olson charges them, and then they complain because they're being FOIA'd. Well, why don't you post it on the website like the village does? It's just nonsense. And my last comment is, show you how disrespectful these people are and political of women. You look at the bottom of the pictures, it's still up. Don Cuba, the bottom left. Lisa was elected to this board in April of 2025. I've asked 4 or 5 times at the meetings, number one, you shouldn't have a sign. It's a waste of taxpayer money, like the 125 that they wrapped around with Maloney's name on it around the mental health center. That's never been done before. When we built Harmony Square, you didn't see the village manager's name on it. You didn't see the police chief's name on it. You didn't see the marketing director. You didn't see the public works. You didn't see one board member. We put designs of what the village was building. It's about, as Pat Carr's always taught me, it takes a village. That's the one thing that Pat says in every meeting when there's a problem. Guys, it takes a village. They wrap that thing around with themselves, just Mike Maloney. And there won't be a Racino, as he says. Using our money. Don Cuba has been off that board. Next month will be a full year since he's been gone. Lisa contacted Sean Roby over a month ago and said, Sean, this is disrespectful. I don't remember the exact words. This is wrong that you are excluding me. Number one, she said there shouldn't be any signs. We don't need signs to gloat. And if you are going to put a sign, why isn't my name on it? Why do you keep excluding me? I'll take them down. Here we are, 5 weeks later. They're putting up new signs. I think this is the one over by McCarthy Park, Bill, right?
Yes.
It's nonstop political. Bob Rita, Hastings, Rubino, spend your money, spend your money. And this is what they do, trying to undermine the village and the community. So please start attending their meetings. They should take these signs down. They should take Hastings and Rita's sign down to the big signs. They probably spent 50 grand putting at the corner of 183rd and Harlem Avenue. All you have to do is Google their history with women. It's not very good. Governor Pritzker asked Hastings to step down and resign because his wife allegedly accused him of putting her in a headlock and banging her head off the door. And these are the people that the Park District are supporting? Look up Bob Rita. Look up the history with him and women. Look up the history of him in Nevada. But this is who they support because it's all being run by Rubino and her father. So again, please email the board, email the Park District, ask them to take these political signs down. But if they're not going to take them down, at least be respectful to the female that just was elected, would receive the most votes in the history of the Park District in 2025 was Lisa. And Lisa O'Donovan, Ashley Rubino, and Bernie O'Boyle refused to put her name on there. So, thank you, and please stay diligent. Any other comments? You good? Okay. All right. Can I please have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call for adjournment. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you. We are adjourned.